Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing again, with the thousands True School Sports subscribers. Now, let's go, champ. We here, as you guys can see by the title. Deontay Wilder fanboys are livid. And Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, True School Sports. We're live because y'all get in the comments and y'all talk your trash and you talk your junk and all that good stuff. But we're here. We're here live in the flesh. All right, so you can talk trash if you want now in person while I'm here. So, leave your comments down below. What we're gonna do in this video, if you guys remember I think it was April. It was in April this year, after the initial decline of the Wilder offer. I made a series of videos, much like I did now, about Wilder Joshua. People got pissed off. I wanted to respond to the comments. So what I did was I just went on live and I went through the comments, video by video, and I responded to them. So we're gonna do that. We're going to interact a little bit, and we're going to talk some damn boxing while we're doing it. So what could be better, all right? Now, before I get started, let me just verify that my stream is good. For those of you who are here, let me know, is my stream good? Are we rocking and rolling? Just verify. We are, actually. Okay, we're good. Well, let's get into it, man. I made a couple of Wilder Joshua videos. So we're going to go to screen share. We're going to go to all that good stuff, and we're going to go through my comments section. So shout out to my comment section. All right, shout out to Sean and my man Big Mo. How you living, guys? Hope you guys doing good. Let's go here. Let's see. We're going to go here, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going to click here. Screen share. We're screen sharing here. All right, screen share. Shout out to the 7 of you in here. Don't worry. For those of you who couldn't get here, you'll be here later. You'll see the video later. So, okay. Shout out to you, Sean. Going to Houston in 3 days. Ronald Finkley, how you doing, Ronald? I know you're about to come here with some whack stuff, because that's usually what you do when you come on these videos. You come with some whack stuff, but we love you anyway, Ronald. God bless you and your entire family, bro. Okay. Shout out to my dad. My dad's here. Bang for buck PC game. You know what? Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit before we really rip these dudes a new behind like a new a-hole. Let's really wait people to get here. Got 10 people in here right now. Let me know what city, what state, what continent you guys watching the video from. Representing them comments. See what video should we go do first? Hold on. Let's see. Let's go to the TSS page and we'll start with the early ones. Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy, Dark Coven. Eddie Hearn and his dad requested a meeting with Shelly Finkel. They never wanted to meet to discuss the terms. So it doesn't matter if he doesn't accept, because for one, he's the A side. So how you gonna offer something as the B side? You can't offer nothing. You're the B side. Shut the hell up and take a damn offer. That's how it works in boxing. So they can't offer anything. The offer came from Wilder, never his team themselves. And there was never no contract. They wanted to discuss the terms. Finkel and company never wanted to discuss the terms. And pretty much it was just a bunch of smoke blowing up everybody's asses, and the Wilder fanboys took the bait. Shout out to my man, the Fight JOL. Shout out to the Fight Journal. Everyone go subscribe to my main man, the Fight Journal. He knows what's up. There was no $50 million offer. That was the hook. His offer was an email. And Wilder's offer was a contract. So, how can Wilder, the B side, expect a rematch if he lost? Exactly. I mean, put it in the contract, negotiate. That's what you're supposed to do. But as you guys can see, there's been a whole slew of videos I put out. We'll start with this one here soon in a second. We're gonna get to the comments. Just waiting for more people to get here. Yeah. That was a typo, Fight Journal. I know. AJ's was a contract. Eddie requested a draft contract, and that's the way things are done in boxing. You don't do things in boxing by talking and Instagram posts. That's child's play. See, Eddie Hearn, Matthew Boxing, y'all can say BT sucking him off, but he's a reputable businessman. He wanted a draft contract to get the fight done, all right? Not an Instagram post. Instagram posts are for little teenagers. So maybe if Deontay Wilder wants to negotiate a fight with some teenagers, he can negotiate that on Instagram. Hold on a second, guys. Sending a text message. We're gonna wait probably like 2 more minutes. People to get here. For those 19 of you that are in here, just let me know, like, what are your thoughts on the whole Joshua Wilder situation? I don't really care if you think Wilder is on the right or Joshua's on the right. I just want to hear opinions. I want to hear perspectives. They don't have to be the same as mine. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk boxing and enjoy boxing. So let me know. Hey man, look, Ronald. Deontay Wilder is a very dangerous fighter. You know, I think if you want to feel like he's the baddest man on the planet, you can feel that way, because really, honestly, Deontay Wilder is a very, very dangerose fighter, and I actually think there's some things about his skill set that he doesn't get the credit he deserves for. And you'll see if you pay enough attention to all my Wilder Joshua videos, you'll see a video I got coming out real soon where I talk positively about Wilder. I just want to see the fight happen, but it seems like there's a lot of reluctancy to sign the contract from his team. Okay, so 28 people in here now. Hey, shout out to the 28 people watching in here. We got my man Dark Cohen, we got Sean Ramsey, we got my dad, we got the Fight Journal, Ronald Finkley, shout out to Ronald Finkley. Eastern Massachusetts, England's in the building. Everybody's here, man. We got here. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to the first video. So as you guys can see, go check it out if you haven't already. Deontay Wilder lost his pen, and it's disgraceful, ducking Anthony Joshua. And in the thumbnail it says, "Where's my pen, bro?" We're talking about Anthony Wilder saying to Joshua in the thumbnail, because couldn't find a damn pen to sign the contract that he verbally agreed to 2 weeks ago. So that's that. Let's go through the comments. All right, so the video load. Shout out to me in the sick Everton shirt right here. Shout out to Everton. But let's go to the comments, man. Let's go to the comments. All right. Hold on. Let them load for a second. Ronald Finkley says, "Peace to your pops, man." Hey, yeah, peace to my dad, man. I love my dad. Hopefully, when he's back in town, we'll definitely get him here on the channel, because y'all loved those videos and I love making them. Blue Sky, what's up, my man? How you doing? In this little live thing we got going on here. Shout out to London. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go here. All right, so we're let's see. Let's go to newest. We'll go through about 100 comments on here, and we'll just respond slowly but surely. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Mr. CYP says, "No boxer in history has ever turned down their own requests. Ha 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 ha. Aged fans are desperate to change the truth." Well, Mr. CYP, I'm making you famous, so congratulations. But you know, he didn't they want to take the fight. Like Eddie, if you go watch and you like listen with intent and you listen to what Eddie Hearn was saying in his interviews, and I know we can't always take his word at face value because he's a promoter, but he has been consistent throughout the whole time as far as what he's been saying with the negotiations. He's been saying that we wanted a draft contract, we wanted to discuss the terms of that $50 million if it was actually there. They didn't want to discuss the terms, and they wanted him to accept off rip. So let me ask you guys, you Wilder fans, and be objective with me here for a second. If you have a job, let's say you're working at McDonald's or Publix or whatever company, McDonald's, Publix, we'll say McDonald's. If McDonald's says, if they offer you a management position and they say, we're gonna give you $500 an hour, but you got to accept it off the rip, but we're not going to tell you what the terms are. And you say, yeah, and then their terms are that you got to basically dig into the toilet and eat a bunch of doo-doo every day, then you're going to be mad once you say yes and don't read those terms. So it's the same thing with Joshua. All they want is to read the terms. They want to read the terms so they know that they're not going to get dicked around, pretty much. Excuse my language. That they're not going to get, just swindled. And like negotiations are a give and a take. So you're only going to get in boxing and in business what you're willing to negotiate. And Wilder's team is not willing to negotiate. They're trying to control every aspect of the fight. As to where Eddie Hearn's team is saying, okay, these are our terms, here's an offer. Wilder's team says, we don't like the offer. Hearn comes back, here's another offer. Here's another offer. And all we keep seeing is offer after offer after offer getting turned down by Wilder, and Eddie Hearn increases the money. The money got increased from the 12.5 to 15. Then it went from 15 to an additional 5 for fighting whoever you want, and it's still no good. So we're not trying to change the truth. It's you Wilder's fans who fail to live in the truth that are the problem. So, all right, Mr. CYP. That's that. Ruben Salinas Jr., he said, if Wilder first agreed to the offer and didn't like the contract details that followed, why side? Meet in the middle. 40-60 split lowest. Why didn't Joshua just agree to Wilder's offer so we could see what contract Wilder's team drew? Offer, accept, then consideration from both sides. Don't change the principle for Joshua. Well, Ruben, we're not changing the principle for Joshua. I think you got a point. I think that's a fair point. They could have accepted the deal, and then Wilder's team could have drafted up a contract. But my issue is this. If they were really serious about making the fight in the first place, and that $50 million offer actually was as real as the Deontay Wilder fanboys want to make it out to be, then why didn't they have a draft contract already made? Well, why didn't they already have a draft contract already made up? You see what I'm saying? You don't come, like if I'm trying to get money, or I'm trying to get, like for example, I'll use myself as an example. If I try to go to, like, let's say I like Cheez-Its. So if I go to Cheez-Its, the company, and I say, Cheez-Its, I want you to advertise on True School Sports, and they say yes, they're going to want me to have a contract with stipulations, and I better come correct. So why didn't Wilder's team come correct in the first place rather than playing all these games in the media? It's all just hearsay. It's all really just hearsay, and I think it's ridiculous because Wilder's team didn't get like this. They didn't even accept terms. I want you guys to understand something. Wilder's team didn't even accept terms for this damn fight until June the 11th, and it was June the 9th where Frank Warren said that Joshua's fighting Povetkin next. So, you got to consider that. That's a big reason why they got so courageous. And there's more too. Like Joshua's team. What was I gonna say? Joshua's team gave Wilder's team that contract for like 2 weeks. They didn't do anything with that contract for 2 weeks. Nothing. No counter offer, no nothing. And then it wasn't until they gave it to him like on the 9th or the 10th. And it wasn't until the 26th in an article with Dan Raphael, how do you say his name? It wasn't until then that they decided to say, okay, now we want to sign the contract. And by then, it was too late. And they didn't even say they wanted to sign a contract. They said, "Oh, we want to make a couple little changes and then send like a counter offer." The way things work in boxing, if you look at a contract, which it doesn't take that long, it doesn't take 2 weeks to look at a contract. If you get a contract, you don't wait 2 weeks to do something as small as send a counter offer with small changes. If you're gonna hold a contract for 2 weeks, you're gonna send it back and you're gonna have clear-cut stipulations that you want to change, and that's not what the case was. So it just looks bad from my perspective what Wilder's team is doing. So that's that, man. Let's see. Dante Gaskins, man, this dude don't know what he's talking about. He just trying to get some views. I wouldn't sign a contract that's on side either. Whatever that means. You people are sick. Real recognize real. Why Povetkin hasn't signed yet? It's called negotiation. Shut the F up. Well, Povetkin hasn't signed yet because Eddie Hearn's still trying to make the Wilder fight. So, yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's go to the top comments. I want to see the top comments. Let's see. I want to see what the top comments that are liked are saying. Let's go here. News first. Okay. Okay, let's go here. Wait. No, news first. Sort it out. Okay, I'm gonna reload this video because my computer out here tripping. But let me see. Let's go through some comments while this is reloading. See. Fight Journal says once 50-50 when AJ gets 20 million per fight and Wilder was 2.1. Floyd used to say his opponents hit Mayweather sweepstakes. He paid them 1.5 while he made 42 million. Nobody complained then, so why now? That's a great example. That I never really sat there and thought about that, but yeah, like Floyd used to make 30 million, 20 million, make crazy guarantees for fighting like bums, just bums, and the bums would get scraps. Like the guys that were the B side would get scraps. But there was no complaints about it then. They would say, well, oh, Floyd's the A side. He deserves that. But there was no complaints about it then. So there shouldn't really be any complaints now. So that's just what it is, man. Like, you gotta be consistent. Gotta be consistent, man. All right, here we go. Top comments. So my main man, Sporting Icon, says, that's an old school Everton shirt. Yes, it is. Shout out to Everton Football Club. Greatest club in the world. We're going to be back next year. We're going to have a nice year next year, hopefully. So shout out to Everton. See, who's this guy? Vale. Some guy named Vale says, Deontay is trying to distract from the fact that he wanted a rematch in Dallas, even if he lost in the UK. He has, 40 fights? Like, the process isn't new. Find your pen. Hearn constantly has Joshua planned 3 fights ahead. They tried to fight Wilder in the schedule, but then again, no pen. You know what? I didn't get a chance to read this comment, but Vale, whoever this guy Vale is, he's completely right. Like, what's going on right now is not like a new way of trying to make big fights happen in boxing. I'm the A side. I'm the one who can negotiate from the position of strength. I make you an offer because you have something I want. What's going on with Joshua and Wilder is no different than you going to apply for a job at McDonald's. I want to work at McDonald's because McDonald's is a job and McDonald's has something I want, which is money that I can make to provide for myself and my family. That's what Joshua is for Wilder on a much greater scale. He has 3 belts. He has a chance to fight for undisputed and really make himself even bigger than he is now and make life-changing money, okay? So Joshua is the one, and his team is the one who can make the offers from the position of strength. And Wilder, if he wants to progress, has to take what he can get and move forward and do his best. So that's that. We need to understand that as boxing fans. It's not fair. I don't necessarily always agree with the process, but it's the way it's always been. It was this way when Hagler fought Leonard. It was this way when Floyd fought Pacquiao. Well, no, not Pacquiao. But when Floyd fought anybody, and it's this way with Wilder and Joshua. So we gotta accept it. So that's that. Keenan KTV says AJ has mandatories he needs to take care of, unlike Wilder. Now, let me say this. Shout out to my main man, Keenan KTV. If you guys haven't subscribed to this guy right here, Keenan KTV, go subscribe to him. He's got a great channel with great presentation. And he's he's the man. Like, he's a great guy. But as for his comment, AJ has 3 belts. So you guys got to understand. He's coming off a unification fight. And like I said in my other video, you know, when you come off a unification fight, it's very seldom in boxing that you're going to see another unification fight after you just came off a unification fight. So generally speaking, you get a voluntary or a mandatory. And if you have 3 belts, those are 3 sanctioning bodies that at the drop of a hat can enforce a mandatory on you. And some of them are stricter than others. Like the IBF is a lot more stricter than the WBA in enforcing mandatories. But they all enforce mandatories at some point. So that's what's happening with Joshua. He has to take care of it. Wilder has mandatory as well. But his mandatory is really like more of a voluntary, even though Brazil is ranked, you know, it is mandatory. So it is what it is, man. But shout out to Keenan KTV. Tex Mason said, your argument failed because it is built on the faulty presumption at 2 minutes and 38 seconds when the $50 million offer was made. Joshua Camp, whether terms were upfront or later, is relevant. An agreement always comes before a contract. The terms are inside the contract. Terms are perfectly okay to come after an agreement because it's not bridging, it's not binding yet. And then you wrongfully say the offer failed by the wayside. No, let's be honest. Joshua added terms to his request for the $50 million offer. But adding additional terms, he refused the offer. It didn't fall by the wayside, as you said. He added terms to fight in the UK. He refused it. He did not hold up to his offer. You come off as very intelligent, but you're jumping over the gray areas. Dig deeper. Now, Tex Mason, wherever you are out there in the world, let me just say that I really appreciate your comment. It was very insightful, and I just appreciate you coming along and giving me the time of day to watch my boxing videos. Now, with that being said, what I'll say is this. You're saying that an agreement always comes before a contract. The terms are inside the contract. Now, let me say this. An agreement can come before a contract, and they always do come before a contract, but the execution of signing the contract only comes when both parties mutually agree on terms and can get to a place where they're both meet in the middle. Now, Joshua, or I'll say this, not Joshua, but Eddie Hearn, who represents Joshua, was willing to sit down and get to that place where you can look at the terms and come to a place where you meet in the middle and then execute the deal. But it was Wilder's team that was not willing to at least show the contract because they didn't have a contract, because it was just an Instagram post from Deontay Wilder. There was no draft contract, because had there been a draft contract, then Shelly Finkel would have had a lot more confidence meeting with either Eddie or Barry Hearn, as it was stated months before and even recently. So I respect the comment. I could see what you're saying, but I think that the offer wasn't real, and it was nothing more than a smokescreen to get the boxing fans causing division. And I'm just here to expose what I know is to be true. So there you go. Hey, shout out to the Fight Journal, man, for the super chat. Any real American should be behind our champ. If you're not, then you're a traitor. Dark Coleman. First of all, let me say this, man. You can miss me with that BS, because truthfully, I probably support more American fighters than anybody that comments in my damn YouTube section. I know more about the history of American boxing than most people that comment. I'm not trying to be arrogant, but this is the facts. Y'all want to sit here and talk about American this, American that. Deontay Wilder doesn't care about American boxing enough to get the right people behind him on his team, because if he did, he'd be with a promoter that could push him out there and make him the heavyweight star that he should be. I like Wilder. Unlike most of you guys who are going to comment that are his fans, y'all have never even went to any of this man's fights. I've actually paid my hard-earned money to fly my ass to New York and watch this man fight. So don't talk to me about getting behind the champion. I've gotten behind him more than most of you guys have. So shout out to myself. But that's that. Duke Odin. Shout out to my man Duke Odin. He said, if people want AJ to agree to a deal with the contract. If people want AJ to agree to a deal without a contract, Wilder should have signed the contract in front of him. That's a good point. That's a good point. If Wilder was so strict, was so adamant about getting this contract signed, supposedly he's been talking to Joshua via email, he would have said, "Hey AJ, let's go meet here. Let's make this an event." They would have said, "Let's make it an event. Let's go sign the contracts on camera." And they would have just did it there, but they could have did it face to face, and it is what it is. Sonny Justice Bay said that what do you think? It's just your opinion. It's not based on facts. The money was there. The issue isn't about whether the money was there. That's what you guys fail to understand. That money can be attracted easily. You can put it in escrow. You can get investors. Al Haymon can get $50 million. That's not the issue here. That's what most Wilder fans fail to understand. It's not about the $50 million. It's about, the terms being right for both fighters, okay? For both fighters. And negotiations are give and take. And when you're trying to offer things as the B side, you're going to have an uphill battle, because as the A side, guess what? AJ's the one who's bringing the fans. AJ's the one who is bringing the belts. AJ's the one who is selling out the venues and selling tickets where he's from. Wilder's not that draw here. Y'all can say all you want about AJ and not having big TV ratings here in America, but the fact of the matter is, in his country where he's from, he is the biggest thing there is, boxing-wise. And that has to be respected, and that has to be honored, especially in a fight of this magnitude. So understand that. That's what the issue is here. The $50 million can be there, it can be attracted, but what really matters in negotiation isn't always money. It's the terms in which the money is given to the fighters. It's the terms. You understand? And Wilder's team was never willing to discuss those terms. So y'all need to understand that. Okay, so there's that. Shout out to my man Thomas Moreland, man. Yeah, you're damn right, Thomas. I'm spitting the truth, because someone has to do it in this YTBC, because the Boxing Voice isn't going to do it. That none of these other channels in the YouTube boxing community are going to spit the truth just in plain English like I'm going to spit it. So it is what it is. See, Christopher said, bro, hey, Beyonce, windmill, your pen is in my pocket. Come get it, bum squad. Yeah, I got some pens too, Deontay. I'll take Deontay Wilder to Office Max. I'll take this man to Office Depot, and he can go get some damn pens. We'll go pen shopping. Maybe that's a video that I should make soon. True School Sports goes to Office Depot to find Deontay Wilder a pen. Stay tuned for that video. That'll be a video for later on this week. But let me see. Stay tuned for that video. Bro, you're the only one who tells how it is. I appreciate you, Eddie. And, you know, someone has to, man. It's getting ridiculous in this freaking YTBC. All these wild and nut huggers. No one believes you. Stop lying. 90% knows the truth. No, they know the fact. They know the fact. They know the fabrication, which is the fact that Deontay Wilder and his team didn't want to discuss terms with Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn when they were more than willing, when they were in New York City, to sit down with Shelly Finkel and go over the contract and sign it. You know, they made like 3-4 offers, and Wilder's team had turned all of them down. So, come on, man. You're getting a 8-figure plus increase in pay. Sign the damn contract. Unbiased Cowboys fan says, come on, bro, you're better than this. I'm not even a Wilder fan, but Eddie Hearn is full of shit, and I think you know this. Don't let being a fan of someone keep you from reality. Nah, it's not a matter of me being a fan of his. You know, obviously, I make it no secret that I like Eddie Hearn. I think he's a good promoter. I think then the reason I like him is because he's good at his damn job, and he actually takes care of his fighters. That's why I like him, but it's not keeping me from. I can still look at everything clearly because I mean, we'll use Jarrell Miller as an example. I like Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller's a friend of mine, but that dude's ducking Pulev. He didn't want to fight Pulev, and he lost the purse bid. So it's the same thing here. I'm just calling it how it is. If you don't like it, then too bad. Don't subscribe. So yeah, I mean, the reality is. Yeah, they said they had $50 million, but there was no draft contract sent to Eddie Hearn, and they were not willing to discuss the terms of said contract. That's reality. That's reality, man. Mike Vick, shout out to my man Mike Vick. He said, Wilder's people are scam artists, not sure when his contract is up with that team, but it's in his best interest that he jumps ship to anyone else. If I was him, I would accept any deal that gets me over $8 million. He's not getting any younger, and the longer he holds out the fight, it gives a chance for Wilder or Joshua to get knocked out. Then the money is gone forever. He's got a point. You know, there's only a window. There's only a certain window of time that you're gonna have to make a fight of this magnitude. You know, you're not gonna get a chance to make a fight of this magnitude forever. And honestly, you know what, Joshua is gonna be in for a very tough fight in his next fight. But that kid is no joke. I mean, and he can very well stop Joshua. I'm not putting it past that kid. He's crafty. He's powerful. He punches hard. But he is a little bit long in the tooth and up there in age, so I'm not sure. But, you know, Wilder's biggest payday is no higher than, I think, $3 million or $3 million. He's got a $15 million flat fee plus $5 million on top. So he's getting $18 million higher than he's ever gotten paid before to fight for the undefeated heavyweight championship of the world, and it's not happening. All we're seeing is Instagram posts and tweets and rants and mindless, baseless interviews with Brendan Schaub, and nothing is happening. So it is what it is, man. I'm gonna keep going down. Oh, good point here from my man Anime 10 Shao TV. He said, LOL. Eddie Hearn has confirmed that the offer is still there on the table just for a later date. And guess what? Wilder still won't sign the contract. So that's the funny thing about all this. That's another thing you Wilder fanboys just have to gloss over is, despite the fact that the Povetkin fight hasn't been formally announced, and Eddie Hearn hasn't fully moved on yet, he still said the offer is on the table for now, and it'll be on the table for April as well. And there's still no action from Deontay Wilder and his team. So it's just highly, highly unfortunate. It's highly unfortunate because the boxing fans need this fight. Boxing needs this fight. The heavyweight division needs this fight, and it's not happening because of Wilder. So not Wilder himself, but, you know, his team. I don't think Wilder himself is ducking, but he's playing. He's definitely playing along. Welch Fair the Third says, "Coon alert, whack boxing channel." All I can say is, Welch Fair the Third, God bless you. Shout out to you and your family. Thanks for this video. You are redeeming the very fragile image of American boxing fans. What happened to logic? I can tell you for free, UK fans are not silly. They will be on AJ like a rash if he pulled the same stunt Wilder just pulled. Trust me. Well, let me say this. Anthony, what did I say? I'm losing my train of thought here. I'm talking so much. What I was going to say is, you know, us American boxing fans, not all of us are idiots. I know we have quite a few channels here that don't set the best example, and I'm not gonna lie, like it's a small percentage of real American boxing fans because I mean the climate of our country right now is not in the best place. People are very caught up in race and things like that, and they can't just look at fighters for fighters. You know, it's just race this, race that, and nobody really cares about boxing as a sport. I care about boxing as a sport. My goal, the goal for this channel, whether you guys know it or not, one of my goals for this channel is that I be a good ambassador for the sport of boxing. Okay, that I help other people become fans of boxing, and I'm gonna try to do more of that as I get back out and start doing interviews. But we do have some smart American boxing fans. All right, so there's that. UK fans, you know, from the impressions I've got, are pretty good. You know, they back their they back their fighters, but I mean, what I've noticed on YouTube and for my UK viewers out there, the 54 of you that are in here, you know, anybody from the UK can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but UK fans seem to be the type of fans that, you know, I've seen people who don't like Joshua in his videos. I've seen people that like Fury, that don't like Fury, that like Joshua, don't like Joshua. So UK fans seem to be very much split, and it's not like here in America where people are getting behind Wilder, but it's for all the wrong reasons. You know, I was at a lot of these Wilder fans are gonna say Wilder is this big star. Like, honestly, I like Wilder, but he's not a big star like that. I mean, unlike most of these Wilder fanboys, I actually spent the money and went to his last fight. I paid my hard-earned money and I went to his not his last fight, but the Stavern fight last year. And truth be told, there was only 10,000, maybe 10,000 people there, 11,000 maybe. And they fought at the Barclays Center, which holds 19,000, 20,000 people. And like literally, I sat in the upper deck, but the majority of the upper deck, the seats in the upper part of the arena were sectioned off. They had a big ass curtain covering all the seats, so it didn't look as empty. And that's the reality of American boxing right now. You have a guy that's 40-0 with 39 knockouts, who can punch like Deontay Wilder, who has his personality, who's fighting in New York freaking City, and the upper part of the arena is being sectioned off because they can't sell enough tickets to put 20,000 asses in there. That's a shame. That's a shame. And that's where a lot of my anger comes from. It's not a hatred towards Wilder or hatred towards American fighters. It's a hatred towards him not being promoted properly. And then it's also coming from a place of these fake ass Wilder fans who weren't supporting him in 2015, who weren't supporting him in 2016, and all of a sudden AJ comes to the picture and they want to be Wilder fans, and it's for all the wrong reasons. So that's where my frustration comes from. So that's that. That's that, man. Straight up, man. So we're gonna keep going. I think what bothers me most about Wilder is talking and not backing it up, especially the we accepted everything one. They didn't accept the 12 million and they didn't accept the 15 either. And yeah, and he didn't accept the 15 with the 5 on top of it either. So they didn't accept the $20 million offer either. So that's 3 offers that we know have been reported. It's been documented. It's out there. It's out there for all to see and all to know that Wilder turned down not 1, not 2, but 3 offers to fight Anthony Joshua for career high paydays. And if you want to factor in the $4 million offer he turned down for Dillian White, that's 4 offers he's turned down in the last 9 months that would have got him career high paydays. And that's not reality. That's not feelings. That's not biasness. No, my friend. That is cold-blooded, cold, hard facts that you Wilder fans have to deal with. So I'm just saying that. Dark Coven, look, man, I'm not bashing you guys because you don't agree with me. I'm bashing you guys because I'm not saying all you Wilder fans, but the majority of Wilder fans, have just started supporting him in the last year and a half. Y'all wasn't there when he was freaking fighting freaking Eric Molina. I didn't see this many Wilder videos when he fought Eric Molina. So what's all the whole hype and commotion now? Y'all acting like these big Wilder fans. Exactly. And you same LDBC guys who are hyping up Rigo, like my boy Lance said, you same LDBC guys who hyped up Rigo, Nicholas Walters as these elite fighters, which, by the way, they were when Lomachenko schooled them. You abandoned them. I haven't seen no Nicholas Walters and Rigondeaux videos, you know, so it's ridiculous, man. This guy is a clueless clown, knows nothing about boxing or what's going on in negotiations behind the scenes. Another empty boxing channel. well, luscious, Durham. I mean, Dunham, whatever. You know, clueless. I mean, I wouldn't say clueless. I mean, I have quite a lot of people who agree with me. And you know, this year, I mean, I've been keeping track of my record. I've been keeping track of my record that of picking fights this year. The fights I picked about 28 fights this year. My record is 22-5-2. I really should have 24 wins, but 22-5-2, not a bad record, you know. So I think I like to know what I'm talking about. Empty boxing channel. I mean, I don't know, 13,000 subscribers. You know, nearly 11 million views. I had the same amount of million view videos as Michelle Phelps. So I think I'm doing okay for myself. But if that's what you think, that's what you think. So let's see. He didn't lose his pen. He lost his crayon. That's funny. I like that. I like that, Rose. Or shout out to you, man. While out here signing contracts with crayons. Y'all ever seen the movie The Benchwarmers? Remember, if y'all seen the movie The Benchwarmers, they get that one playing Little League Baseball, and they get that one Puerto Rican guy to show his birth certificate, and it says "I am 12" with a green crayon. Like, that's Wilder signing the contract. Craig Phillips said, "You didn't mention Charles Martin. Wilder ducked him too. Al Haymon was managing both Martin and Wilder and wanted to keep money and belts in-house. But Wilder gave the statement through Finkel saying he's not ready for Charles Martin yet. And AJ was advised by Hearn that Martin was too early, but AJ wanted it, so Eddie made it, and AJ blew him out with 2 jabs." You know what? I don't remember that. I don't really remember that, but I'm going to look that up, actually. Man, that's something to ponder. I never really pondered that before. That is true because Charles Martin is managed by Al Haymon. You know, at the time, if you guys can remember, before he fought Joshua and before Charles Martin was saying, "I walk this earth like a god," if you can remember back before he fought Joshua, there was actually people out there who was like, when they would talk about the good, young, upcoming heavyweights, they would actually mention Charles Martin. Like, he was a name that people mentioned as a good, young, upcoming heavyweight. And I can't really recall Wilder name ever being linked with him, despite him being with Eddie Hearn, or not Eddie Hearn, Al Haymon. So you know what? I'm gonna check that out right now. Let's see, or I'll check that on my other computer. I got 2 computers. I'm gonna check that on my other computer. Let's see, Charles Martin, Deontay Wilder. Let's see. Quite a few articles here about Deontay Wilder versus Charles Martin. Man, I'll look more into that. That's very interesting. I never considered that. Good point, Craig. I didn't see that comment, so shout out to you. Sonny Justice Bay. Honestly, bro, they're based off emotions. Okay, well, let me talk in a nice, calm voice. So I'm gonna talk in a nice, calm voice. We're gonna talk like we're from NPR, and we're gonna talk like this. Deontay Wilder stated that he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua, and he had a $50 million offer. He said he had a $50 million offer in an Instagram video. Following the Instagram video, Eddie Hearn, promoter at Matchroom Boxing, got wind of this and wanted to fight, or wanted to discuss the terms with Deontay Wilder's team about potentially making a fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Following Eddie Hearn's voicing of interest to make the fight and review the terms to sign the contract to fight Deontay Wilder, it was said to Eddie Hearn and his father in New York City that Shelly Finkel, Deontay Wilder's advisor, was not interested in making said fight happen. Eddie Hearn has made 3 offers to Deontay Wilder. In April, he made an offer of $12.5 million. Later on, he followed up with a flat fee offer of $15 million. And then, in his 3rd offer, he came with a $50 million flat fee offer with another offer to fight one fight for $5 million. And Deontay Wilder turned them all down. Like, man, it's that simple. It's that damn simple. Okay, either the fact of the matter is you can twist it, you can manipulate it all you want, rationalize it, but the fact of the matter is there was 3 offers. It went from 12.5 to 15 to 15 with an additional 5 on top if you take another fight against whoever you want. So it went from 12.5 to 15 to 20. So you got a $7.5 million increase in negotiations from April to right now, to here in July as we're talking. But it like literally, he got a $7.5 million increase from April to now, and he still won't take the fight. So you can rationalize all you want, you can believe all these Deontay Wilder rants all you want, but the fact of the matter is, the mofo doesn't want to fight no one, and his resume proves that he's never wanted to fight no one. Because look what happened with Povetkin. Yeah, Povetkin popped from meldonium, which, by the way, you don't need to get into that, but meldonium, what it was never even proven that meldonium makes you punch harder or anything like that. And before Povetkin was actually before Povetkin was really ever proved guilty, they just walked out the fight and they chose to fight was it Chris Arreola instead, and then they didn't want to play the victim and they got y'all fooled. So it is what it is, man. It's a duck. It is a duck. Straight up. Quack, quack, quack. Get your duck sauce out. Go to your local Chinese restaurant. It's a duck. All right. Better Days 29 said, young man, not to knock your hustle, but judging by your title, you're clearly trolling to get views. Smart marketing. Hope it works out. Well, no, we're not trolling here. Everything I say here on True School Sports, I freaking believe. And you can pull up on me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Pull up on me there and ask me if I really think these things, and I'll tell you the same thing there that I tell you in my videos. I do put certain words and word the title a certain way to get y'all to click, but that's who doesn't do that. Deontay does that. Box Ego does that. I'm no different. So it is what it is. Truth Hurts. Truth Hurts says, I don't get how. Truth Hurts says, what I don't get is how Wilder's career pre-Luis Ortiz is swept under the rug by his fangirls, no matter what rumors are in this AJ Wilder soap opera. The proof is in their resumes. Yes, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys too. Aside from all these turned down offers from Wilder, I'm trying to also tell you guys, you look at the body of work, you look at, you don't really listen to what they're saying, but more of what they've done, their actions. Joshua has fought Klitschko, Joseph Parker, Dillian White. Carlos Takam. He's gonna fight Povetkin. He's fought the best that the division has to offer, while Wilder has fought, fringe contenders and guys that have been overmatched. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's go down. Let's go to another video because I'm sure I want to go to the Povetkin video because in this video right here, the Povetkin video, if you haven't checked it out, Alexander Povetkin versus Anthony Joshua exposes Deontay Wilder fanboy. So this one's about a lot of people that are in here right now. Hold up, Sonny Justice Bay. Did you really say you're talking about these names like they're great boxers? Vladimir Klitschko, the man with the longest heavyweight title run since the great Joe Louis? Are you shitting me? Oh, no, not Joe Louis. Scratch that. Larry Holmes, the man with the longest reigning heavyweight title reign since the great Larry Holmes, the Eastern Assassin. That man's not great? Are you shitting me? Come on, man. It's my language, but come on, man. Joshua fought that guy in his 19th fight, and that was a motivated Klitschko he fought because he's coming up with Fury loss. He had a lot to prove, and he beat him. Joseph Parker. Okay, yeah, maybe he wasn't as good as advertised early on in his career, but still, that Joseph Parker is going to beat a lot of guys in the division. And Joseph Parker, he had a good fight with Andy Ruiz. I thought he nicked that fight. He fought a guy in Fury that a lot of guys won't try to really fight like that. So Parker's a good fighter, one of the better heavyweights in the division. You're saying Joshua's fighting trash, but what the hell was Wilder been fighting? His best wins are, besides Luis Ortiz, who I think is a great win. You can't take it away from him. But outside of that, we're talking what? Artur Spilka? The same Artur Spilka that got his ass destroyed by Adam Konaki? We're talking about Romain Stavern, who's really never beat anybody outside Chris Arreola. Wilder has one of the most and we're gonna call it straight. As much as he's improved as a fighter, and as good as he's looked, and as good as I think he is for boxing in terms of the personality and the way he fights, let's call a spade a spade. He has one of the most trash resumes of any heavyweight champion of all time. Of all time. Of any fighter, active fighter in boxing right now in any weight class. One of the worst resumes. Straight up. And that's the harsh truth that you Wilder fanboys know deep inside your heart. So, anyway, let me take a sip of this tea right here. Hold on. All right. Let's go to this video right here so I can school you clowns some more.
Did you want a quick random sports update?
Yeah, give me a sports update.
It's the biggest thing out.
It's LeBron?
Signed with the Los Angeles Lakers 4-year, $154 million deal.
Wow. So, not to change the subject too much, guys, but apparently it was just brought to my attention from my good man Paul Martinez, the homie Paul. He just told me that LeBron James signed with the Los Angeles Lakers for how much?
4-year, $154 million.
4 years, $154 million. So LeBron James is apparently a Laker.
And Kawhi Leonard has his sights set on joining him.
Okay, and Kawhi Leonard's going to go there. So
I don't know if that, but LeBron's official. Kawhi is thinking about it.
Okay, and the Lakers are going to have LeBron and potentially Kawhi Leonard next. So, shout out to the Lakers, man. But actually, no, what am I saying? Head to hell the Lakers, man. Shout out to the Hornets, man. Shout out to the Hornets. We got Kevin Walker. We don't need LeBron James. But anyway, enough basketball talk here. Let's get into the comments for this video, because there was a lot of nice ones here, a lot of sick ones. Patrick Jackson says, "I respect an American who knows the truth." Shout out to you, man, Patrick. A lot of us Americans can, a lot of channels in here on YouTube, I think, do a bad job of representing like American boxing fans, because there really are some really intelligent boxing minds here in America. It's a shame that it's kind of hard to find them. It's almost like a gold mine here on YouTube if you can find one. Let's see. This boy look like a motherfucker don't know shit about boxing. Wait, this boy looking motherfucker don't know shit about what goes on behind the scenes. That's what Gotti's Corner says. Okay. Shout out to you, Gotti's Corner. I look like a lot of things. I look handsome. I look like the fake Bruno Mars. I look like half of South Florida, because a lot of people let me in South Florida. I look like a lot of things, but I mean, numbers don't lie, man. Like I've been getting subscribers for years, been getting views for years now here on YouTube, and that didn't just come because I don't know what I'm talking about. So it is what it is. Let's see. By the way, shout out to everybody in here. We got 62 people in here right now. That's funny. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think, man. Just keep chiming in with your thoughts and comments, all that good stuff. Like, and you know what? Do this too. Hold on. My stream's not good? Do this too. Oh, I'm good. I'm still good. What I'll say is this. Let me know what you guys think. Like, I know some of us think Wilder's ducking, AJ ducking. Let me know who you think would actually win if they fought. I think those are two separate things, because as much as I feel Wilder's team is ducking the AJ fight, I think Wilder has a very great chance of beating AJ. And you guys will see why in an upcoming video. But I think Joshua's still gonna win. But yeah. Joseph Valentine says the question is, does AJ have any drug tests at any of his fights? Please, somebody send me the info. Well, Joseph, it's actually very interesting you bring that up, because I saw a report on Boxing Scene not too long ago today that Anthony Joshua and Povetkin are both supposedly doing VADA testing. So with that VADA testing, I mean that doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't cheaters in the past, because we know Povetkin tested positive for Ostarine, after he tested positive for meldonium. With the meldonium case, which had to do with Wilder, he was innocent. But the Ostarine thing is a whole different thing. He was positive in that case. Yeah. So they're going to do drug testing now, but they had the benefits if they're taking steroids already. Malik Osman said, "I like the Everton shirt." Shout out to Everton. This channel is real, man. Real talk, no BS. Wilder fangirls are hypocrites. They look in the mirror and they start to lie to themselves. That's what I'm saying, man. It's almost like Deontay Wilder fans are almost like, you guys ever had a girlfriend? Like, you guys ever have a girlfriend and like like you know the girl like cares about you and stuff, but she tries to convince herself that she don't care about you no more, and she has to keep saying it in her head. That's what Wilder fans are when they keep trying to convince themselves that Joshua's ducking Wilder. Same thing, same concept. Wilder's a fraud. Wilder is the best heavyweight, period. There is no debate. Ricardo Hearn said that. Now, my main man Ricardo, you might very well be right, because Deontay Wilder, I'll tell you this, he's a very dangerous puncher. You know, I think his punches have gotten a lot straighter in the years as he's progressed as a fighter. But it's going to be a whole different ballgame when he's fighting someone that's his size, that has an educated jab with big fight experience. It's gonna be a rude awakening for him. But I still think he's a very, very live dog. Ortiz is also a drug cheat, but you don't see them mentioning that. It's going to get bad for those channels soon. Yep. Huh. I just subbed your channel from Little Old England. You know, where you sit around all day drinking tea and watch boxer after boxer, flying the big man, make noise, which, by the way, we don't do. Just look at AJ. Never says more than he has to until the gloves come on. But these big men leave it just the way we like it, quietly, so we can sit and drink our tea in peace. Well, shout out to you in the chat, Sherlock. Thanks for subbing. I always appreciate new subscribers. Let's see. Let's talk about some negative comments here. I want to address the negative, because I had some crazy comments. Okay, here we go. That was painful to watch. I have no dog in the fight, but you really haven't made any substantive points. Nobody cares to hear you address the fans. Talk about the fight. While the fans could be annoying, but the only fans that really don't make any objective sense are AJ fans. So you can go somewhere with this nonsense. Makes sense why all the people who have spoken on the subject, you maybe had the least views. LOL. Well, I mean, hey, I'm not in this. I mean, if I get lots of views, great. You know, I mean, quite frankly, my channel has over 11 million views. My channel has over 11 million views, so I've done something right to get 11 million views, because not everybody gets to this point in the YouTube box community. But what I will say is this: for you to say I haven't made any points, NNA, I don't think that's right, because all I've said is all I brought up was the facts. All I've said is that they made 3 offers, Wilder turned them down, and they didn't want to discuss the terms of the $50 million offer they made as the B side. And if you're the B side and you're going to make an offer to the A side, you need to make sure that basically you're willing to discuss the terms, and they won't want to discuss the terms. You see what I'm saying? If they were the A side and made the offer, then it's a different ball game, because you can negotiate from the position of strength. But they can't negotiate from the position of strength, because Wilder only has 1 belt. He doesn't bring more money to the table, and that's just the way boxing works. I hate that it works that way, but that's how it works. Yo, someone do me a favor. In the comments, I've been noticing that a lot of you guys have been saying that Deontay Wilder has fought a lot of cruiserweights. Can somebody go on Boxrec and tell me how many cruiserweights Deontay Wilder's fought? Blue Blood Sports. It's crazy It's crazy how you compare Wilder to Jesus, because I compared his blue defense to Christians. Yeah, okay, that's a bit extreme. All right, because speaking as a fellow Christian myself, okay, I know a lot of Christians don't represent Christianity the best way, but not all of us are deluded. We can actually back up our points with evidence and facts, and we can live a life that others can see for themselves, that lets them know that God is dwelling within our lives. But as far as Wilder and me comparing him to Jesus in that video, I wasn't comparing him to Jesus. I was saying that Wilder fans swore that everything Wilder said was the gospel, as if he was Jesus Christ himself. I wasn't really necessarily comparing him to Jesus in that regard. Let's also talk about how dumb Wilder is. He's going to fight Brazil for half the money Hearn offered him on the zone. Deluded. Yeah, like he's like, and the crazy thing is this. I was at the Wilder Stavern fight, and it was fun. There's no way in hell that fight is going to get as many tickets sold as the second Stavern fight. And if it does, then fair play. But he's going to be fighting in front of another crowd in Brooklyn Brooklyn or Alabama or wherever, where they're going to have to give away a lot of tickets and they're not going to sell that much. That's how it was. And for those of you, just so you know, Deontay Wilder tickets from the time they went on sale months before the fight, they went from because I remember I was looking for tickets because the fight happened in November. I was looking for tickets in September, August because I wanted to see my boy Adrian Granado's fight Sean Porter on the undercard. The tickets were like $70 when they first came out, and by fight night they were about a good $30, $25. I mean, I think on the day of the fight you can get a good ticket to watch Deontay Wilder fight for $25. $25. So usually when that happens, because that always happened when I watched the World Kovalev fight, that means that they're not selling tickets as they should have. The demand is not very high, so the prices drop. For those of you who are here who haven't subscribed, go subscribe. Got some good stuff coming out on the channel. There's 3 Joshua Wilder videos coming out within the coming days. One reviewing Joshua's fight with Parker, another reviewing Wilder's fight with Ortiz, and then another one about the Lennox Lewis's comment. So stay tuned for those. But yeah, let's see. The first American channel to keep it real, good video. Shout out to you, Eddie Eagle. Let's see. There was one guy who called me an AJ cocksucker. I'm trying to find that comment. That was pretty hilarious. After this vid, I know you snorted another line and screamed. Yeah, I snorted another line. I was on my Jamel Charlo. just joking. Because everybody says Jamel Charlo supposedly is on crack cocaine, which, there's different sides to everybody. I just think Jamel talks a lot. I'm not gonna say he's on crack, but yeah. Hulk Bradley says, you've only been covering boxing for 3 years. Yeah, you're trash. Well, Hulk Bradley, I like to deal in reality and deal in facts. And truth be told, I may have been covering boxing for 3 years, but I've been watching boxing, on and off my whole life, pretty much. Grew up watching Trinidad, Pacquiao, Cotto, Mayweather, all them guys. And I've covered boxing, and I've had videos go viral. And if you go check the numbers, go to my channel, and then go to my channel, go to videos, click on most popular, and look at my most popular videos. And then I want you to a big channel who gets interviews all the time, and go click on her videos and click on most popular and compare them. We have the same amount of million view videos, so I'm doing pretty good for myself. I wouldn't say I'm trash. I would say I'm pretty damn good, actually. But yeah. Anyway, David McLeod says that True School Sports, the guy on Black Fight Fan TV is posting more and more bizarre videos by the day. His obsession with AJ has sent him into Fantasyland. He has completely ignored the fact in his last few videos that Wilder accepted Team AJ's financial offer, and yet when the contract for the fight was signed for the fight, yet refused to sign. But guess what? Wilder ain't a ducker. It's Joshua that is. Yeah, all respect to Black Fight Fan TV. I like Black Fight Fan TV. I think he's a good channel. But yeah, man, he's lost the plot, man. That dude, as good of a channel as he's lost the plot. I mean, if you can't at least acknowledge, Wilder fan or not, you need to at least acknowledge that Deontay Wilder's team verbally agreed to terms. Once you can acknowledge that, and then all you gotta do is look at the timelines of when it was reported that they agreed to terms, and then when it was reported that they wanted to send the contract back with small details. Which, by the way, if you go look at the contract, they verbally agreed to terms on June the 11th. They said they wanted to make small changes on June the 26th. So that's 16 days. They had a contract in hand for 16 days. And all they came back with was sending a counter offer with small changes. I mean, that's suspect. Very suspect to me. All right. So, like the Everton shirt. I'm getting a lot of compliments on the Everton shirt, man. So yeah, those are some comments that I got in the last video. Let's go to the review comments, because the review comments an ass or something like that. Let's see what they're saying. Review. Let's see. Some funny comments, man. Funny comments. But anyway, gonna go to another video. Let's see which one got a lot of. Here we go. Oh, I know this one got people lit right here. This one got right here. Eddie Hearn exposes the truth. Why Deontay Wilder versus Joshua isn't happening. So this basically right here was a review of Eddie Hearn's IFL TV interview with Kugan Cassius following all the backlash, where he revealed everything that happened. And I basically just broke down all that in 23 minutes or whatnot. And so we're gonna go to that because I remember I got some hilarious comments on this video, just hilarious comments. One guy said that he was gonna beat me up and punch me in my glasses and all this stuff, just hilarious stuff. Okay, let's see. Wait for these comments to load. Yeah, it is also worth noting for this video right here, I used my regular camcorder, and which is better quality and came out pretty good. I look pretty handsome in this video. Anyway, let's go down. Let's go down to the comments. How the hell are they loading? Yeah, they do, man. And shout out to my main man, the Texan. Anytime you put Eddie Hearn's name in the comments and it's like halfway positive, you're gonna get like just mobbed. Like I remember when I interviewed Eddie Hearn in November a couple times, and man, the comments on that were just outrageous, straight up outrageous, man. But I mean, it's boxing, man. People are passionate, and what else could you expect from boxing fans? Boxing fans are great as far as passion goes. The hell, why are these comments loading? You know what? Let's just do this. Let's just do this. Let's go to Creator Studio. Let's go to the Creators. No, we're not gonna do that actually. Let's not do that. Let's just go to recent comments. We'll go to recent comments. Okay. The man is in the mid-life. Oh no. Let's see. I want to look for Joshua Wilder comments. It's not ambition, my friend. It's greed for money. Let's see. Shut down. This dude said, let's talk about it. Shut down your page. This will be your last year on YouTube. Hashtag Bomb Squad. Listen, bro. If I didn't shut my page down after Andre Ward punched Sergey Kovalev in the dick 3 times and got credit for a stoppage, if I didn't shut it down back then, I ain't gonna shut it back. I ain't gonna shut it down now. Might take a break here and there, but I'm not gonna ever shut this channel down until YouTube just goes extinct. You know, I'm looking forward to the fight. I know you are, but I'm gonna be here after. And if Wilder knocks the living daylights out of Anthony Joshua, then fair play to him. I think that'd be fantastic for American boxing, and I think it'd actually be good for the growth of the sport in this country because we'd have an undisputed heavyweight champion, and there could be someone that could transcend the sport, and kids can look up to, and you have more kids boxing, and we get more of our top athletes boxing rather than playing basketball or football or baseball. So I don't think it'd be a bad thing. Let's see in the comments. You all know Wilder could end this fight in one punch, right? AJ's a better boxer, I agree, but he gets hit too easily. It'd be a great fight to watch. Hopefully they make it. That's pretty much how I feel. It is such a great fight, man. Like, I think AJ's vulnerabilities and Wilder's vulnerabilities is what make this fight so great, you know? And Wilder has what I call, like I said earlier, he has that 89-point shot. If you down by 89 points or 88 points, he's got the 89-point shot to get you over the hump, which is that right hand to knock you out. So, you know, that's what makes it so interesting. But with the people forget, I think people forget too. It's like Joshua himself isn't no pillar puncher. You know, he don't got his knockout percentage is the high 80s, low 90s. So he's not out here. You know, he's not the Paulie Malignaggi heavyweights or anything like that. This dude can punch. This isn't Wilder, Joshua. This guy said, "Shut up, son of a bitch. Your video is crap." I get like one of those comments every 5 seconds, but they still watch. It's funny how that works. Bro, you are an effing idiot. So you go off of everything Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn has been caught in more lies than a nigga who lies. Bro, if I was promoting an up-and-coming app channel and I needed someone with a name and a belt, it would be my move to ask I would ask Wilder. Hold on. It would be my move to I would hold on. This guy can't construct a sentence. I would ask Deontay Wilder to fight a bum on my channel. Wake the F up. You know nothing you said in this video were facts. Not even about the contract. We're correct. Stop making videos off of what Eddie said. Well, no, I'm gonna make videos off of what Eddie said because guess what? Shelly Fingal ain't talking. Wilder ain't talking except on Twitter. Joshua ain't talking. The only one talking is Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn is a pretty reliable source because last time I checked, Joshua's A-side. That's his promoter. So that's the best source information I can get until Finkel or Al Heyman, who's never opened up his mouth, decide to open up their mouths and talk. So, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, it is what it is. Just another delusional Wilder fanboy. Cesspool. Stop speaking on BS, you little... Oh, this is the comment I was talking about. This is the comment where the guy was saying he's going to beat my... Like, he was going to smash his glasses and all that stuff. Look. He's yelling in all caps. Look at this guy. Big CY Mac. He says this. Stop speaking on BS, you little dumb F-head nerd, before someone smash your glasses for praising the duck. You see yourself through these pussies, AJ Protector. You're the fanboy, and just because you wear glasses and name your channel True and attempt to redefine the meaning fanboy to suit your narrative doesn't mean you shit. Fanboys are not fans. Talk about not right now, not past bullshit. That means nothing. While the pussy champ blatantly tucks his tail for the biggest guarantee, and it's okay, fanboys. While true boxing fans are furious of being robbed of the biggest, most important fight in the sport, it's only okay for fanboys, aka the AJ Protector. This dude needs to stop learning how to write in regular caps. He's confusing me here. Have I ever mentioned AJ ducking Ortiz, fanboy? Nah, I haven't mentioned AJ ducking Ortiz because Eddie Hearn was never willing to put him in there with Ortiz. Eddie Hearn protected AJ from Ortiz. That's a known fact. There was no reason to mention that. AJ would have fought Ortiz. No problem. But Eddie Hearn wasn't going to put... When Eddie Hearn had Ortiz, AJ hadn't even... I don't even think AJ had the title for that long. And he wasn't just going to throw it... He wasn't just going to throw AJ in there with Ortiz. But the last time I checked, you know, Wilder wasn't in there rushing to fight Ortiz either. You know, Ortiz is old as hell. And Ortiz overtrained for that fight. Ortiz is like 55 years old. Nobody knows how old the guy is. Still a good fighter. I'm saying he's mad old. So, yeah. What was your response from AJ blocking Wilder from entering the ring? Oh, I don't know. My response would be that, you know, when Klitschko, because a lot of people compare this between Klitschko entered the ring after AJ fought Eric Molina. And what my response to that would be that when AJ fought, when Klitschko entered the ring, they already had a contract in place for the next fight. So that little interaction was to promote their next fight. There's no contract signed, and Wilder was just going to go in there and talk shit for the thing of not talking shit, but not have any intention of making the fight. The same way he has no intention of making the fight now. So that's what it is, man. Like, I see through the BS. FYI, Deontay built a fan base. Yeah, he built a fan base. You're gonna tell me about Deontay Wilder having this fan base when unlike you, Mr. Big CY Mac, I don't know if you've actually went to any Deontay Wilder fights. I mean, I went to Deontay Wilder fight last year when he fought Stavern, and I can tell you from being there, like, yeah, he had a nice little crowd there, but I mean, you're the heavyweight champion of the world. You got over 35 fights. You got almost damn near 100% knockout power, and you can't even sell out the Barclays Center? Are you shitting me? You ain't got no fan base if we compare him to AJ. Come on now. I will agree with you. I will agree with you on this. I will say that the Ortiz fight was nothing short of a classic, a modern day classic. That fight was for sure. And see, that's funny because you're on my video talking about Povetkin and how I'm a fanboy, but yeah, here you are, an admitted Wilder fan who pretty much like I can almost guarantee when the whole Povetkin thing came out, you just demonized Povetkin and didn't even let all the facts come out. But now you're the one. Now you're the one who's saying you want Povetkin to knock Joshua out. So this video, it's ironic. This video was actually made for Deontay Wilder fans like you, Mr. whatever your name is. And Fanboys do exactly what you cowards do, like ride with chumps no matter what. That's you all day. No, I don't ride with anybody. I make boxing videos. I say how it is, and sissies like you get in the comments and get all butthurt because this isn't the LDBC where we're massaging Deontay Wilder's nuts and tickling his balls. Like, we keep it real here on True School Sports. You don't like it, you can unsubscribe and have a happy and nice day. Go get some cookies with sprinkles on them. Hey, let's see what else is there. Hey, shout out to my man Ruben Crespo out there in the comments, man. I got mad love for Ruben. And yeah, Shobir Alim. Deontay Wilder is losing his appeal without Joshua. His whole existence is based on Joshua. Joshua doesn't need him to be successful in terms of making money and having bigger fights. He can still fight other guys and be successful and make massive amounts of money. It's Wilder who needs to fight more than Joshua, really. They both need it for the legacy, but it's Wilder who needs it more because he's older and he doesn't really have the fan base or what Joshua has over there in the UK. So the onus is on him to make the fight, and as a B-side too. Who's rejected 3 offers, I might add, after getting a $7.5 million increase from the initial offer in April. Let's see. The UK are a bunch of wimps. I mean, hey, I've never been to the UK, but everybody I met in the UK is pretty cool with me thus far. I want to find some real negative comments. Chris Davies says, did he say in an interview, and I quote, "I had my chance"? Yes, Deontay did, and you blew it. Yo, Cash Raffi, you better stop with that, Cash Raffi. Salute and boxing ego on 78 Sports. You don't do that on. Not really 78. 78 is cool, but not boxing ego. Just to make sure my audio is still good. Makes my audio still good. All right, let me see what's going on. What else we got? Great video. Damn, an American YouTuber who speaks common sense. And like, you guys, like, for my American boxing fans and the Wilder fanboys, like. Honestly, I'm really trying to, like, I made a conscious effort recently to try to support as many American fighters as I can. So that's why when I make videos about Jose Ramirez, Regis Prograis, you know, these top American fighters, you know, I try to get behind them, you know, Earl Spence. But, like, the American heavyweights right now are making it really hard for me to get behind them. You know, Wilder don't want to sign no contract that his team verbally agreed to. They playing games. They moving at the rate of a snail. You know, you got Jarrell Miller, whose team lost a purse bid, and then they don't want to go to Bulgaria to fight Pulev in a fight that could position him to potentially fight Anthony Joshua should he win it. So it's just hard. It's hard, man, to really get behind a lot of the top American heavyweights these days because outside of Wilder and Jarrell Miller, there really are no like popping American heavyweights. I know there's some talented ones. Like, I know Trevor Bryan, but he's not really in the mix. He's pretty irrelevant right now, actually, because he hasn't fought anybody. He hasn't fought in like a while. So, I mean, it's really unfortunate, man, but I hope things get better with time. Hey, True School Sports, do not get loads of crap from LDBC Nut Huggers for saying this. Just check the comments. This channel is real, man. Real talk, no BS. Wilder fangirls, I heard earlier. Wilder agreed to terms of the contract, then lost his pen. So, you know, I think you guys get the gist. I'm still trying to find some funny comments. I mean, I get some crazy comments. So you guys be surprised what I've been told here on YouTube. One guy said he was going to slap me up if he sees me at a fight. You know, I'm going to be at a fight. I'm going to tell you guys where I'm going to be. So if any of you here are in the South Florida area, I'm going to be at the Harold Calderon, JD Martinez fight at the Hard Rock Casino here in Hollywood, Florida. So I'll be there. You'll see me. Short-ass kid with a camera. I'll probably wear a Marlins hat too, so I won't be hard to find. You know, and that's the thing, man. That's what frustrates me about like channels like his channel, like Boxing Ego. Like he says hate, comment, and subscribe, and then when they start hating and commenting, he gets mad and blocks them. Like here, I let the Wilder fans speak freely. Y'all can say whatever you want. I mean, y'all can say I don't know shit about boxing. Y'all can say like you don't agree with me. Like that's what this is for. It's to talk boxing. It's to enjoy the sport that we all have come to know and love. And with boxing, like with boxing on this channel, speak freely, man. Speak freely and speak openly. I see. They can't handle the truth. That commentator is right. Dude, you need to shut the F up because Kaz, he says Kaz, you don't know the details. Just be a fan and stop pocket watching. Well, it's kind of hard not to pocket watch when the reason the fight's not happening is because of money and lack of terms and wanting to be in the middle from one side. Oh, man. Y'all destroy my man Boxing Eagle in the comments. I mean, I ain't the biggest fan of Boxing Eagle anymore. I was back in the day, like 2 years ago, but I mean, he still puts out good videos. Man. We don't want to just shit all over him. He's put in the work to get to where he's at, man. He's got good presentations. Let's at least give him that. I mean, you know what's funny? I'm very interested to see what Eddie Hearn's new DAZN app is gonna do. Because for those of you who watch press conference, you know, one of the big speaking points for that was that Eddie Hearn and the people at DAZN and the Perform Group and all those guys, that, you know, it was going to be a platform built for boxing fans by boxing fans. How, I don't know. He didn't really specify that, but I think that they made some good moves so far, and we're going to be seeing some announcements. You know, he did say that they did announce that the DAZN did announce that they already got a TV deal with the World Boxing Super Series, which is going to make it more accessible for people, us here in the States, which is, I think, is good because the World Boxing Super Series has been a tournament that I think has been nothing short of just great for boxing. And it's good that DAZN is going to have that. Aside from that, you know, Joshua will probably be on the DAZN app, and it's also been rumored that Eddie Hearn has supposedly signed 3 world champions, but that hasn't even been revealed yet. So we'll see who those fighters are in the coming days and weeks. But yeah. Ruben Crespo asked, "Or BT, are you coming up to see Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter?" Ruben, that's a great question, man. I don't know if I'm going to be there for Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. I will definitely say this: that's a big fight. That's an exciting fight. My roommate, who's sitting like 5 feet from me, is a massive Danny Garcia fan. Me and him are kind of in the space in our lives right now. Like we really want to just like make more money, and like just travel, do stuff. So I wouldn't rule it out. I'm not going to say yes, but I wouldn't rule it out. You never know. But if things are good monetarily, I'll definitely try to make it out to that fight. Let's see. Huh, I got a comment on a basketball video. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, you guys get the gist. Like, I'm gonna get back here on camera. Hold on a second. Let me text my Yo, my main man, Mike Vick. Oh, by the way, Mike Vick. I think you texted me last night, Mike. Did you text me last night? I'm pretty sure you did. Pretty sure you did. Yeah, man. Was it Mike Vick? Oh no, my bad. Wrong person. Mike Vick is here. Oh yeah, Mike Vick. Yeah, you texted me last night, Mike, and I didn't respond. So my bad for that. But yeah, if Crawford fights, man, and you want and I can go to Omaha and you can help me out, yeah, I'd love to do that. I would love to do that, Mike Vick. So yeah, when if Terrence Crawford decides to fight in Omaha soon, I can definitely make plans to go up there. But yeah, I'm gonna get back on camera. Hold on. Let me text my girl real quick. Hold on. My girl. And she said she was watching earlier. I don't know if she's still watching. All right, I just texted her. So We'll see what she says here in a second. By the way, shouts out to my main girl, Serena, man. Freaking amazing girl. Jewel of a woman. But anyway, let me get back here on camera. We're going to stop screen share. We're going to get this handsome face back on camera. We're back here on camera here on True School Sports. So I'll talk to you guys now. You can see my face and all that good stuff. So yeah, you guys get the gist. You guys get the gist. You know, Deontay Wilder, I believe him. I think as a man himself, I think he wants to fight. I just think like Shelly Finkel, his team, all parties involved, they're in his ear and they're really just they're not handling this career momentum. This is the biggest part of his career. This is the kind of fight that can make Deontay Wilder many years and decades to come. It's the kind of fight that kids are going to be talking about. Okay, Mike. All right, I'm gonna text you after this. What I want to say is this. What I wanted to say is, it's the kind of fight that Wilder's children are going to talk about. Wilder's children's children will talk about one day, and his team is not taking that seriously. They're not handling the fight with that kind of seriousness. So, he needs to get the hell away from them. Straight up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's only making internet videos. And it's just utterly ridiculous, man. Like, I spoke my piece on everything. There'll be some more videos coming out about Wilder Joshua, so you guys stay tuned for those. But let's talk about something. Let's talk about other things going on in boxing. I want you guys in the comments down below. For the two of you that are here right now, I want y'all to just drop down in the comments. Give me some topics you want me to talk about right now while I'm here live with you. You know, I'm gonna try to stay live here for about a good, we'll say 2 hours or so. Not 2 hours. Maybe 30 minutes. 30 minutes to an hour. So yeah, give me some topics. Guys. Besides Wilder Joshua, what do you guys want to talk about? Okay, so we got. Yo, shout out to my man O'Shea, or I don't know how to say it, Osaye. How much is that? You just donated 50 pounds. How much is 50 million pounds? 50 pounds. How much is 50? What is that? Pounds? Pounds in US dollars. Oh, shout out to you, man. Right? The British pound sign. What is British pound sign? Let me make sure because I get confused. Wow. So you sent me how much? You sent me $65. Yo, shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. Where's the damn thing at? It's right here. Here we go. Let me see. Hold on, guys. I'm not looking at my comments right now, so if I'm not responding. Okay, so we'll talk about. I'll go through one by one. So, World Boxing Super Series is. I know that's going to be a great tournament. I think it's great because, like I said earlier, the Zone got it on their platform. They're going to be having a TV deal, so now it'll be more accessible to any boxing fan who's just willing to pay whatever they want for the Zone. We'll start with the 118-pound fighters, the bantamweights. I think it's great for the small weight classes because you're going to get Naoya Inoue, you're going to get Ryan Burnett, you're going to get what's his name, Emmanuel Rodriguez and Zolani Tete, all in the same tournament. It's going to create another scenario in the small weight classes where we're going to get an undisputed champion, much like we're going to get an undisputed champion in the cruiserweight boxing World Series. Hold on a second. I do remember that the Usyk Murat Gassiev fight that's been scheduled, that's been confirmed, all that to go. They're gonna fight for the undisputed cruiserweight title of the world, and I think that whoever wins that fight, whether it be Usyk, whether it be Gassiev, they're gonna have legitimate top 5 pound for pound claims. I already have Usyk on my pound for pound list, so he wins that fight, and I think he's definitely 100% without a shadow of a doubt pound for pound top 5 fighter. But as far as the fight itself, Usyk is like pretty much what Usyk is. If you watch his fights, Usyk is like a bigger Lomachenko. Moves just like him, southpaw, slick, throws the crazy combinations from all kinds of angles. Flicks the jab out, has different kinds of jabs, and overall he's just a very complete fighter. So I'm favoring him to beat Gassiev. Gassiev is very good, very, very live dog in this fight. He's got game-changing knockout power. Hold on. He's got game-changing knockout power. He's got a really educated jab, and he throws really good combinations. He's just as far as action fighters, pressure fighters, educated pressure fighters in boxing, probably one of the best you have in the world today. So style-wise, just fantastic fight. Do not miss it. And then I know you had the 140-pound World Boxing Super Series that's going to feature the likes of Josh Taylor. I think Regis Prograis in that tournament. You know what? I'm going to pull it in front of me. Let's pull it up in front of me. World Boxing Super Series announcement. Let's do that. Let's see. Because I actually don't remember who are all the fighters that are fighting in the 140-pound portion of the tournament. Let's see. So the names that were rumored, you got Anthony Yigit, Ivan Baranchenk, Regis Prograis, Ryan Martin, Kyle Relic, and Josh Taylor. So that's going to be pretty good. I know Baranchenk is a guy that I like to watch fight. For those of you who don't know about Ivan the Beast Baranchenk, I highly suggest you go watch his fights. Very athletic, very explosive puncher. Been getting really, really devastating knockouts on Showbox for the last year and some change now. He's going to be fighting Anthony Yigit, and that's going to be for the vacant IBF title, so that should be a good fight. Prograis will be in that tournament. Prograis, Regis Prograis of all the American fighters is probably, I think, one of the best fighters we have to offer. And I think he stands a great chance to win the tournament. Josh Taylor's out of the tournament. So just, Richard Schaefer, Kale Sonderland, you got to give him let's give him a round of applause, guys, because these guys are doing a great thing for boxing, putting on tournaments, structured, formatted tournaments where the best are truly fighting the best. And I think there's not enough boxing fans celebrating it, but hopefully with now this being more visible because of the zone deal, boxing fans will be able to appreciate it a little more. Okay, so that's that. Blue Poacher says White versus Parker. Now, hold on a second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go refill my cup up because I've been talking a lot. My throat's getting mad dry, and I have a lot to talk about because you guys are commenting a lot of stuff. So, hold on a second. I'm gonna put some tea in my cup. Boy, that tea is good, man. That's some fire-ass tea we got here. It's really good tea. Really good tea. But anyway, someone said they want me to talk about Dillian White versus Joseph Parker. Now, this is a good fight, man. It's a good fight because both these guys I would definitely say both these guys are top 10 heavyweights. In the case of Joseph Parker, you're a top 5 heavyweight looking to get back on track. I look at Parker as the favorite in this fight because Joseph Parker, let's be honest, he's a slicker fighter. He's a more elusive fighter. He's got a better jab. And I would even say, he doesn't have the best power in the world, but I think he has the kind of power that can keep Dillian White honest. And I don't see him stopping Dillian White, but I definitely see him nicking a decision. I think he's going to get a decision in this fight because Dillian White, everybody keeps going on about how Dillian White's improved. And I think maybe he has made some minor improvements here and there, but he's pretty much still the same fighter he was when he fought Chisora. He hasn't really changed that much. And I think that him looking as good as he's looked in his last couple of fights is more a result of just good matchmaking by Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn. He's fought Lucas Brown, who, let's have it straight, Lucas Brown was inactive. He was on and off PEDs, and he's not that good of a fighter. He's very basic fighter. So I got Parker in that fight, and it should be an exciting one. I think both these guys are going to come to fight, and I think Parker is going to really make up for just a dud of a fight that was Joshua versus Parker. A fight that I talked about for so long here on YouTube that really, as far as the excitement and the kind of fight it was, it did not deliver. It was trash as far as the excitement of the fight. So, yeah. But, for those of you asking who I think will win, I'm going with Joseph Parker. Yeah, Joseph Parker. I think Joseph Parker won the fight. My man Mike Vick says the undercard fights last night, well, they fare well versus Lomachenko. I believe they were 135 pounders. Now, I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch that fight because I forgot the card wasn't even on. I saw the Zerto fight, but I didn't get to see a chance to see that fight. So I don't know. I don't really, I can't even give you a real answer on that. So yeah. Hold on. Crap. Yeah, no, the Texan Baranchek was really I've been following him since 2016 as well. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, for any of you who want to support, man, super chat button's right there. I ain't mad at it if you want to send a super chat. I'm trying to find what else is there. Sean Ramser said, yeah, we should look in Florida, man. I think one thing I want to start doing with my subscribers, man, like when I start traveling, or if you guys come to South Florida and you really rock a true school sports, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Send me a message. I'll meet up with you if you're cool like that. And yeah, we can do an interview and we can talk boxing in person. But I'd like to do that, Sean. You seem like a cool guy. Hell, I'm trying to get up without you guys are asking me. Yeah, the 3-weight classes are 118, 140, and okay. A lot of you asked. Hold on, I'm trying to like figure out. My computer's freaking being crazy right now. Hold on, give me a second. I don't know about that. I actually don't even know if Riddick Bowe was ever able to pay his rent. I hope for his sake he was. I'm sure he got the money to do it at some point. Yeah, I think with Parker, and maybe I'll be wrong here, but like Dillian White is not someone who's the most defensively responsible fighter, and he's someone that if you're a guy who's elusive as Joseph Parker, I would expect you to see the openings. So I'm expecting in this fight to see the Joseph Parker of old, the Joseph Parker that as a prospect when he fought overmatched guys, was letting his hands go, just letting his hands go like straight up, just throwing these flashy great combinations that made us say, man, look at this guy, and that's what I expect in this fight. I understand, Ruben, man. It was my rent week too, man. So we out here making ends meet. You see what I'm saying? What's funny is I can actually give you some insight. Dark Coben said that Lennox Lewis has been helping Wilder, and so has Holyfield. Now, as far as Holyfield helping Wilder, I can give you some insight into that because I talked to Holyfield one-on-one with nobody around in May. Okay, I was asking about Joshua Wilder, and he was giving me all these like reasons why he thinks Wilder's going to beat Joshua. Like he really believes, Holyfield believes that because of Wilder's unpredictability, his knockout power, and his self-belief that the Wilder's going to win this fight. So I'm sure Holyfield's been showing him different ways he can land those shots and just giving him little tips here and there, as he does with most fighters. He's very, very hands-on with fighters that he likes. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Manny Pacquiao's fighting on the 14th. What do you guys think about Pacquiao versus Matisse? Yeah, I'll give you that, Jason. I'll definitely say that Dillian White has a fighter's mentality, and he wants the big fights. He wants big names. So you got to respect that. A good performance here against Joseph Parker gets him in the line for an AJ rematch, I believe. I think so too. I think Wangy Simmons. I'm in agreement. I think Joseph Parker is gonna grind it out, and he's gonna, really impose himself on Dillian White in terms of his movement and I would say combinations, and he'll get a late stoppage. So David Linden, shout out to my man David Linden. He said he wants to talk about LeBron James going to the LA Lakers. Now, for those of you who don't know, I used to cover basketball. That's actually how this channel started. I covered basketball. I actually spent 2 years covering the NBA. I used to cover I covered the Hornets, the Mavericks, the Magic, the Nuggets, and the D League. So I did a lot of stuff in the NBA. I Steph Curry, Vince Carter, Kemba Walker. So I like it. I'm a basketball fan. As far as LeBron going to Lakers, like what I think is this. I think it's purely a business move. I think it's purely a business move. Because of the fact, the reason I think it's purely a business move is because the Lakers do have some young pieces. They have Lonzo Ball, they got Ingram, they got, I think Julius Randle still. So they got pieces to work with, and I think LeBron will be able to mesh with those pieces. But in saying that, I don't think I think it's a business move just because LeBron's always very conscious of his brand. And I think because he knows LA is the media capital and all that stuff, you look at LeBron, right? He's played in Cleveland, which is not a big market. He's played in Miami, which is a big city to a degree, but it's not really like one of the big markets, one of the big 3 U.S. markets. So LeBron being the big star that he is, now he's playing in the LA market. There's opportunities for movies, there's opportunities for more endorsement deals, and that's why I think he went to LA. Personally, that's just my opinion. Because I think if it was purely basketball, he would have either joined the Rockets or the Philadelphia 76ers. That's what I think. But you can give me your comments on that. Why do I think Terrence Crawford is obsessed with fighting Manny Pacquiao? Because it's a money fight. If he fights Pacquiao, he's gonna make more money than he's ever made. It's gonna get him to another level he's never been at. And like Terrence Crawford needs that fight. He needs that fight to at least have a semblance of a chance to become like a pay-per-view star of sorts. So that's what it all comes down to. Everybody's saying everybody in the comments right now is saying they want Big Baby versus Jarrell Miller. I ain't against that. I think that'd be a fantastic fight in terms of the build-up, in terms of, for like American fight fans to see those two guys go at it. It'd be great because, truth be told, these guys are the two best we have to offer. They have a lot of bad blood, and it'd be a fun fight. I think Deontay Wilder will eventually stop Jarrell Miller, though. Nah, LeBron went to LA, man. But truthfully, I don't even give a damn about where LeBron went. Like, I'm a Hornets fan. We need to get Kemba Walker some damn pieces, man. Straight up. That's someone. Do you think Mikey Garcia? And this is my dad asking this question. Do you think Mikey Garcia will go to 147 and make it more interesting? No, I think that's just a bunch of smoke that he's blowing up everybody's behinds. I don't see a way in which Mikey would want to go to 147 because he's not big enough to compete at 147. The big fights for him are truly at 135 and 140, but mainly 135 to fight Lomachenko. So all of this is just to keep his name in the news, keep him relevant, and then just move on to bigger and better things. Honestly, I think Manny Pacquiao would put Terrence Crawford in some serious trouble. I think Terrence Crawford at this stage will still be able to win, but I see Manny Pacquiao putting Terrence Crawford in at some point in that fight like a real bad situation that he's never been in before. But I think Terrence will be able to overcome it because I just think Terrence is in that prime of his career that every fighter gets to. Adrian Broner has been done, man. And how many times on this channel have I said in any Adrian Broner video that I made or any video where I mentioned Adrian Broner, I said Adrian Broner was, and will always be an overhyped, overglorified C-class fighter. That's what he is. He hasn't improved. He's still the same fighter he's always been. Keenan Case says Crawford Stace Manny. I see that probably like in the later rounds. I probably agree with you. He probably would get Manny out of there in the later rounds. But I think if Manny knew he was fighting Terrence Crawford, and people talk all this crap about him, Manny would get into the best shape of his life for this fight. And I think Manny would give a fantastic account of himself and fall short. Because he's old. Best heavyweight prospects are like Tony Yoka. I would say, yeah, Tony Yoka. Ivan Ditsko's a guy you guys need to watch out for. Ivan Ditsko won a silver medal and bronze medal in the last Olympics, I think it was. So Ivan Ditsko and Tony Yoka are two guys that come to mind. Ivan Ditsko being from Kazakhstan, Yoka being from France. Those guys are two guys that come to mind. But yeah, Michael Jordan needs to do a lot better with the Hornets, man. You know, I've been a Hornets fan for a while, whole life pretty much, and it's been painful to say the least, man. Just they've been a steaming pile of mediocrity, and I feel so bad for Kemba Walker because he gives his all. He really does give his all to the franchise, and he can't seem to get anybody around him that can help him on the wings. Oh, that's hilarious, man. I would love to see Jeff Horn versus Adrian Broner is one of the most. It was probably one of the most interesting fights in the world because you have Adrian Broner who is like talks outside the ring, and then you have Jeff Horn who's a dirty fighter in the ring. So I think I would love to see that. That'd be a good fight. Joe Joyce, I like Joe Joyce, man. I think Joe Joyce is a good fighter. One thing I'll say I like about Joe Joyce thus far in the couple fights I've watched is he's not very fast as most heavyweights are, but he knows how to land his shots. And I would say with Joe Joyce is the best thing I like about him so far is that the mentality Joe Joyce has is what I like about him because even though he only has 5, 6, 7 fights, however much it is, you know, he's showing the willingness to want to fight the best. You know, he wanted to fight Jarrell Miller. That didn't happen. He wanted to fight Bryant Jennings. Top Rank said they weren't interested. So he's trying to fight these top guys, man. And it just ain't happening. But I respect Joe Joyce. I think he's a good fighter. I think he'll definitely be a top contender for the years to come. Daniel Dubois. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I like Daniel Dubois. He's a good young fighter. My dad is like the biggest Daniel Dubois fan. He swears up and down that Daniel Dubois is gonna be the next undisputed champion of the world or something like that. But thus far, I think it's kind of early to judge Dubois. He hasn't really fought like the best opposition, but I will say his skill set. There's things in his skill set and just his frame and the way he's built that kind of remind me of a young Riddick Bowe. I don't think he's as skilled as Riddick Bowe. I don't think he punches as fast as Riddick Bowe or anything like that. But I see certain things in him that are kind of Riddick Bowe-esque. And his frame and the way he's built is very Riddick Bowe-esque. So I like him. I'm waiting to see some more step-up fights for him before I really say he's going to be this. But I think just far and just his attitude and the way he carries himself, kid looks like he has world-class fighter written all over him. What do I think about Josh Kelly? Now, what I'll say about Josh Kelly is I think Josh Kelly has the potential not only to be the cash cow of the UK in like 3, 4, 5 years. I think he has a chance to be the cash cow of the welterweight division and potentially boxing. I'll tell you why. Josh Kelly has a kind of style that people who don't even watch boxing can appreciate. You know, he has a kind of style that, you know, like it's kind of like one of those things where back in the day when Roy Jones was fighting, you could have a guy who don't know anything about boxing, but you see Roy Jones fight, said, man, that guy's fire. I like Roy Jones. He's a good fighter. Josh Kelly has that same kind of style. And I think, you know, if he just can prove that he is the goods, win the big fights, I think the sky is limit. I think the sky truly is the limit for him. I think he's good. I think he's a hell of a fighter. Yeah, I think Josh Kelly, for me, he lets his hands go too much. His defense is a little leaky at times. He likes to fight with his hands. Now, I think when he gets to the top level, he's gonna have to really figure out, you know, the thing with him is he's a reflex fighter, but he can't just rely on reflexes forever. Reflex fighters always decline in the latter stages of their career in a very, very sharp and harsh manner. So if he wants to have a long career with full longevity, he's going to need – Josh Kelly is definitely going to need I would say Josh Kelly is going to need to figure out, am I more of a mid-range fighter, or am I more of an outside fighter, or more of an inside fighter? And then he needs to apply that, because when you get to those top-level fighters, you're going to really need to know yourself and be rooted in who you are as a fighter. And I think he's still figuring that out right now. Yeah, I mean, Yard. Okay, my thing is with oh yeah, Agjagba. I saw Nathan. I think his name is Nathan Agjagba, the Nigerian heavyweight. I saw him fight in 2017 on the Wilder undercard. He's a solid guy. I didn't really see anything too crazy, but he's someone I've been keeping my eye on. I see you guys talking about Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard's a good fighter, man. I think with him, he did have a lot of amateur fights. So the right now they're saying that he needs to learn his trade. I understand that, but if he's going to learn his trade, I would say shut the hell up about fighting guys like Buatsi and Caleb Johnson and guys like that, because they won't even Frank Warren won't even let Yard step up to that British level. Forget world level. He's not even allowed to step up to the British level and fight the British champion. So, I mean, I like Yard personally. I think I agree with CLP3 too. If Yard fights if Yard was to fight someone like a Joshua Buatsi, I think Buatsi gonna school him at this point, straight up and down, like 6 o'clock. Hey, what do you guys think about I have had a chance to watch this guy fight, but I can't remember his name. Oh, here it is. What do you guys think about Lewis Ritson? I haven't had a chance to watch him, but he's been getting a lot of buzz in the UK. What do you guys think about Lewis Ritson? I would like to know something. I'd like to know about him. So anybody who's seen him fight or is in the UK, let me know about Lewis Ritson. Mike Vick, that's a good question, man. What I'll say is this. I think Sergio Martinez would walk through every 168-pounder right now, with the exception of two fighters. There's one fighter that I think could have beaten a prime Sergio Martinez, and there's one that I think would give a decent account of himself before he got stopped. Those two fighters are David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. I think those two guys right there could bare minimum hang with Sergio Martinez, but everybody else gets stopped, knocked, and just pretty much skull dragged by Sergio Martinez in his prime. That fight hasn't happened yet, Dad. My dad commented. He's asking about Rafael Mensah versus Alberto Machado, which is now actually in the Jaime Munguia undercard. No, I haven't. That hasn't happened yet. They say Lewis Ritson is very aggressive. Okay, I like aggressive fighters. I can get behind that. Okay, so he's a hard puncher with leaky with a bit of suspect defense. Okay, so Lewis Richards probably a guy that makes for some good fights, TV fights. Is what I'm saying. I haven't heard anything about Kell Brook being hurt, but he might be. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Wengie Simmons said that he thinks the best young lightweight fighters coming up are Devin Haney, Mike Conlan, and Ryan Garcia. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Mike Conlan, I'm not really sold on him. He's being very, very looked after, which is not a bad thing. I don't think that's bad if you're an Olympian who gets looked after. But I'm just not sure how he would do when he sets up to that world level. As for Ryan Garcia, I'm really not sold on him at all. Like I think he's gonna get skull dragged when he gets up to that top level. And then Devin Haney, I think, has world champion written all over him. I mean, as far as American fighters, I think he's one of the best we have to offer in terms of young talent. He looked incredible against Mason Menard. You know what? I want to check the boxing news. Let me see. Let's go to the boxing news. Let's see what's new in the boxing world, and then I'll start talking about. Yeah, so it's good to see that Blue Sky thinks that Ryan Garcia is not all they make him out to be yet. Because I don't see it right now. I don't see it. Do you think Jaime Munguia will do great against top middleweights? Well, Jaime Munguia has a couple things going for him. He has immense size. He throws lots of combinations. He can sort of impose that size, and he seems to be a hungry guy. You know, I know I have a friend who knows him, and he tells me a lot of great things about Jaime. So from everything I've gathered, Jaime looks like he has the mentality, that he has the size, he has a style to really go up there and compete. So we'll see, man. Only time can tell. He's very young, but I think he has the ambition, and I think he has the size and the combinations to definitely compete with the top middleweights and potentially beat them. Ruben Crespo says, keep an eye out for Julian Sosa. I've heard his name, and I haven't watched the fight. I don't know too much about him, but he's a name that I've been hearing about. So I'll keep him all the way in my head. Let's see. All right, so I'm on boxing scene right now. Let's see. Well, good. Usyk and Gassiev has sold out 7,000 tickets in Moscow for the final of the World Boxing Super Series. So that's good news. Let's see. Manuel Rodriguez has his first fight scheduled for the World Boxing Super Series against a guy named Jason Maloney. So there's that. Tony Bellew shreds Deontay Wilder. Nobody knows him. No country backing. So I guess I'll make a video about that later on. Jeff Hearn versus Anthony Mundine. Negotiations heating up. Yo, speaking of Jeff Hearn, shout out to my main man, NBT Boxing, man. Good Australian channel. Big Jeff Hearn fan. He's talked about this fight. I told him I think this is the fight that Jeff Hearn should go after next before he even does anything at welterweight, because it's a good domestic fight and it's a legacy fight for him in Australia. It'll be a big event for Australian boxing. So I think they should go that route. Good to hear they're negotiating it, at least. Lulanga, Congo, South African fight. Mike Hewitt, are you talking about Lulanga Mukabu, like the one who fought Bellew? Because I know he's from the Congo. Is that who you're talking about, Mike? My dad asked me, do you think Gervonta Davis will beat Lomachenko if they ever fight? I think he can present Lomachenko a lot of challenges he's never seen before in the pro ranks, in terms of athleticism, explosiveness, and things like that. But I don't think he has it all the way up here. And to be honest with you, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's happening. Blue Sky says, who do you think is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? Now, honestly, for me, this is not even a debate. It's not debatable for me. Lomachenko is by far and away right now the best fighter in boxing because of the resume, because of who he's beat, because of the fact of the matter that, you know, even if he has all his amateur experience, he's fighting these guys back to back. I mean, we're talking about top names you got on the resume, you know, Gary Russell Jr., Nicholas Walters, Jason Sosa, Ricky Diaz, who we made quit on the stool, Linares, you know, just the performances he's giving you on a fight-by-fight basis have already cemented him to have he can retire right now and he's going to the Hall of Fame, first ballot. And that within itself, the fact that that's even a reality right now at this point in his career makes him pound number one. Martin Bacoli. I've heard that name before, but I haven't seen anything about him. I'm gonna check him out. Martin Bacoli. Check him out now, actually, while we're sitting here. Your love, oh Lord, reaches to the heavens. I'm going to church too much, guys. Your love. Anyway, let's see. Who? Martin Bacoli. I think Stacey McKinley showed me this guy. I'm pretty sure Stacey McKinley showed me this guy. Yeah, Stacey McKinley showed me this guy. This guy, yeah. I remember when I did my interview with Stacey McKinley, he was talking to me about this guy. This guy can fight. Yeah, this dude has a Samuel Peter type build. Kind of reminds me of Samuel Peter the way he's built. Wow. So I never lost. So that's good to know. So he's Makabu's brother, and Makabu, very dangerous fighter, man. I don't think Tony Bellew got the credit he deserved for that win, man. Makabu was a dangerous fighter that a lot of guys in that division weren't just jumping up to fight. I mean, granted, Tony Bellew did have the fight at Goodison Park, home of the great Everton Football Club, but still a dangerous fighter. He got knocked down early, so it was good for him to call the canvas and rally back the way he did in that fight. But yeah, this Marlon Bacoli guy, he can fight. I remember Stacey McKinley showed me, introduced me to him, not him in person, but I'm saying him as far as a fighter in his highlights about a month ago, but I forgot the name. But thank you for actually refreshing my memory. Yeah, I'm actually excited for this. I guess I'll talk to you guys about stuff I got coming up on the channel. Yeah, so this week in South Florida, like where I live, we have two fighters. We got Harold Calderon and JD Martinez, these two local fighters. So Harold Calderon trains in this gym called Punch Boxing, which is like way down there in Miami. And then JD Martinez is the other guy who trains at the world famous Fifth Street Gym, which where Muhammad Ali used to train, which is also Miami. And these two guys are gonna be fighting right here in my hometown. I live in Dania. These guys are fighting right up the street here in Hollywood, Florida, at the casino, at the Hard Rock Casino. And we're gonna have some good prospects on the card. Ivan Ditchko's gonna be on that card. You're gonna have Logan Yoon, who's a good fighter who I've been trying to tell you guys about, who's on that card. Overall, it should be a good night. I'm sure Holyfield will be there. I'm sure Bo will be there because they usually show up to these fights. But let me I want to find out who else on that card. Ed Paredes is on that card. The Heavyweight Factory and those cards, they always deliver. As far as boxing goes. Let's go to the event. Who else they got? Yeah, so just good prospects on that card, like Lawrence Newton. Yeah, good prospects. So you guys, for those of you who have been wanting to see some interviews and things like that, it's like just for those of you who have been wanting to see some interviews and things like that, like expect a slew of interviews later on this week from the local fight here in South Florida. Because as we've we just came from Dania, we gotta do our due diligence. We gotta do right by South Florida by supporting local South Florida boxing, especially the Heavyweight Factory's putting on, because Heavyweight Factory's done show me so much love through the years. It helped me build this platform I have here now. So shout out to them. That's probably not going to be a TV fight. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be on TV. But I'm sure you'll hear about it because like Ditchko, who's that prospect that people are keeping their eyes on, will probably get a highlight reel knockout or something like that. But I'm just saying, don't be surprised if you guys see me interview someone like a Holyfield or a Bo or someone like that coming soon, because they generally show up to these fights. So I'm excited about that. Anytime I get to cover a fight, it doesn't come around often, but especially in my hometown, when I get to cover it in my hometown, it's a little more special to me because I love South Florida. I love the boxing scene here, and what I'm trying to do on my channel for you guys in the next 6 months, the latter part, the rest of this year, is just give you guys a good glimpse into what goes on here in South Florida, just all the quality fighters we do have here. My dad said, "Who do you want Swift Jarrett Hearn to fight next?" Laura wants to fight Charlo, and the winner fights her. What do you think? I want her to fight Charlo, truth be told, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So I think I don't know what his next move is. He's coming out of surgery, and he's gonna be someone that basically just we'll have to wait and see with him and how the smoke clears. As for you mentioned Lara. I think Lara should fight Charlo. I'll be interested to see how Charlo does with Lara, because Charlo talks a lot of trash, but I like to see him get in there with a good slick boxer like Lara, one of the slickest boxers and most well-schooled boxers we have in the sport today, even though he's kind of boring at times. Let's see what else we got in boxing. We got go to Reddit. Let's go to Reddit. Reddit's always a good place. Joe Cordina is pretty good. I'm watching you guys' comments. Joe Cordina is solid. I mean, he's not a bad guy. I seen a couple of his fights. He's still waiting for him to kind of step up and see what he's about. What do you guys think about Amir Khan versus Samuel Vargas? Is that a fight you guys are interested in? I mean, it's a fight that I think Amir Khan is solely taking just because it's an easy fight. They want to build him back up slowly. Yeah, it's 9:36. We've been here for a minute. Manny Pacquiao, I don't know if you guys saw, Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum seem to have like some sort of beef. Like this beef where like Manny Pacquiao's out here saying like, don't listen to Bob, just ignore what he said. He's an old man. Let's respect him. He's already an old man. Let's respect him. Because Bob Arum's been coming out and saying that he doesn't think that the Malaysia fight between Matisse and Pacquiao is going to happen, but Pacquiao's saying otherwise. So I mean, I don't know. I want to see Pacquiao fight. It's always a treat to watch him fight, and I think he'll probably beat the brakes off Luke Matisse, I should say. Okay, so nothing too crazy in the news from what I can see. Pretty much covered everything we need to cover. Yeah, Amir Khan is an exciting fighter, but I don't know if I'm the minority of I don't know if any of you out there feel the same way. But with Amir Khan, it's like, he's an exciting fighter. You're never disappointed as far as entertainment goes. But he can seem to have become a bit of a diva. And I get pissed off with the way he ran his own career, because he wasted his whole prime trying to chase Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, and it never happened because those two are so focused on fighting each other. And then now it's like it's 2018. Manny Pacquiao is almost 40 years old. He's not a number 1 or 2 welterweight anymore. And Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan is still trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. I don't know if you guys heard, Eddie Hearn is trying to get that fight to happen. And then he wants Kell Brook, who everybody knows Kell Brook can't make 147. He'd have to kill himself to make the weight. Like, and Khan himself didn't even fight at 147 in his last fight against LaGreco. So they should fight at the same weight that Khan fought at when he fought LaGreco, which is like 150 pounds. I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm wrong for thinking that, but that's how I feel. What do y'all think? All right, I'm gonna be on for like another, let's say 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Well, we'll go to 10 o'clock. Why not? We'll go 21 more minutes. I'll give you guys 21 minutes. Yeah, Frank Warren is really struggling. He really is, and he knows that like with the fighters he has, he's really gambling on. He needs that Tyson Fury investment to pay off. He's got Carl Frampton who's gonna make him some decent little change at the Windsor Park. They got really the hot properties for Frank Warren and his promotional company is pretty much Daniel Dubois Anthony R. He's banking on those two guys becoming the stars that people are projecting them to become, and he cannot afford one of those guys to lose a fight straight up. So that's what it is, and that's why you see him so just carefully maneuvering these guys the way he has to, because if he doesn't, it's bad for him. I don't see Khan fighting. I mean, yeah, I think Khan is only going to take safe fights from here on out. Except the Kell Brook fight. I think the Kell Brook fight, he's going to take it and get dispatched. Martin Bacoli. Yeah, man, everybody in this damn chat likes Martin Bacoli now. So I'm gonna check him out more. So yeah, I'll definitely put him in the mix. Let me make a note of that now, actually. You know that right now, as I'm talking to you guys. Okay. All right, I made a note of it, so expect that soon. How about the Kovalev and Eliader Alvarez fight? Do you think it's a good fight? Yeah, I think it's a good fight. You know, Kovalev's been slowly. Actually, no, scratch that. Kovalev has fought a couple. Like he fought Shabransky, who was a bit of a name, easily destroyed him, got the title back. Then defended it against Igor McCulkin, who none of us knew about, destroyed him. So now he's fighting a guy in Alvarez who we know is a tried and true, proven top 10 light heavyweight, who's beating some names. So I think this to me, the way I view that Kovalev fight with Alvarez, it's like it's Kovalev's real, true first test since the second Ward fight, and how he responds to it is going to tell me a lot about his character. After watching Tyson Fury, could this version be respectable versus Wilder? Well, I think when you look at Tyson Fury right now, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt right now, because that fight with Safari, whatever his name is, you know, it was really just, I can't even call it a showcase. It was just literally a fight to get him a W. Really, that's what it was. It was a circus show. So you know, the version right now will get sparked by will get destroyed by Deontay Wilder, but I think he needs about five. I think he needs five more fights. I think he needs like 5 more fights to really get to a place where he's ready to even fight with Deontay Wilder, truth be told. Yes, Blue Sky here, correct. Joshua and Wilder did, in fact, sign up for VADA testing. So that's an interesting thing. To get 2 guys who regularly get accused of being drug cheats sign up for VADA testing. So, hey, I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Shout out to those guys. What do you think about Jaime Munguia? I like Jaime Munguia, man. I think I was just telling someone earlier, like, I know someone who knows him, so I get a lot of information about Jaime Munguia, and he's someone that I think has potential. I think he's got a good mentality. I think mentality is everything. When I look at a fighter, I look at a mentality. So I think he's got a good mentality. I think he's got good skills, and he's got very good size for the weight. So if he applies it all the right way, man, I think he's going to be a big problem for a lot of guys at 160, truth be told. Let's see. Yeah, when Jazza Dickens fought Regan Diao and got his jaw broken, that was insane. Yeah, I mean, for Tyson Fury, I think Gerald Washington would be a good level for him right now. But if you want to get someone who's maybe a little safer than Gerald Washington, I think you can go with like someone like a Travis Kaufman. Travis Kaufman is he's been very inactive in recent memory, and he's not the best heavyweight in the world. And he's someone that, you know, you throw him in there. He's somewhat of a name. He fought Ariola a couple years ago. Get him a W. I think Canelo's getting a gift against Triple G. As far as him doing better, it's tough to say, man. My gut tells me yes. My gut tells me yes because he's had those rounds to figure out GGG. GG looks slow, been looking slower and more disinterested as the fights go on, and I think maybe it catches up to him now, and the age factor as well. So I'm going with, I mean, unfortunately, I'm having to go Canelo for this fight, but I'm not really like happy about it. I'm not really excited about that fight, really, because I was so excited for the first fight, and there's been so much BS that happened in that fight, and then since the fight that it made me so disinterested in the second one. But I'm gonna watch it because Fight Week will be here, and my boy Alex, who comes on these streams, you know, will be excited, and I'll get excited about it. So, yo, Tyson Fury versus David Price would be hilarious because they had that beef back in the day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, truth be told, it was probably always in the plans for Golden Boy and K2 to always have these guys do a trilogy. I mean, they're going to make so much money. They're going to be making hand over fist and money. Why wouldn't you have them fight each other? But I really hope it's my deepest hope that Gennady Golovkin finds a way to stop Canelo. I don't think it's happening, honestly. Yeah, David Price, man, that'd be a good opponent for Tyson Fury. I think I'd be very happy, and pleased that they announced that tomorrow. For those of you who follow the smaller weight classes, I haven't made a video about this yet, but I will very, very soon. Man, Kel Yafai, man, I gotta give him respect. Because Kel Yafai is hands down, or I don't know about now, but at one point he was the weakest champion in the division. He looked good in his last fight. And he's calling out Siswick Sorongvasai, the baddest man in the division. So, hey, make it happen, man. I think Eddie Hearn make it happen. And I would love to see it happen, man. He looked pretty entertaining in his last fight. He's got a good style, you know, in terms of when he actually decides to fight on the inside and fight a pro style. But he still has amateur tendencies. But, I mean, to call a guy like that out, Siswick Sorongvasai is no joke, man. That's a bad mofo. I mean, we talking about a man who beat Roman Gonzalez 2 times and then came back and then beat Estrada right after. Just took over the damn division and then got annoyed to go to hold in the weight class. I mean, that's a bad man. Top 5 pound, no doubt. But I'd love to see that fight if it ever happened. Bad man. Top 5 pound, no doubt. Yafai was so boring in the UK. Then he fights in the US and he's suddenly exciting. Hearn wants to do Yafai versus Roman Gonzalez on his own. Literally, bro, if they make that fight happen, I'm gonna be lit. I'm gonna be so hyped, bro, because Yafai, you're right. Yeah, you're actually right because I watched Kel Yafai fights when he was fighting in the UK. And he was boring. I mean, he was about as exciting as a pile of rocks. And then he comes to America, then all of a sudden he wants to fight on the inside, and he wants to bang it out and be exciting. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It was pretty interesting to see how he fight that style. And I actually enjoyed his last fight. As for him fighting Roman Gonzalez, that's been a fight that's been talked about for a long time. And it's the only fight. Truthfully, I like Roman Gonzalez, but being realistic, it's really the only way to a world title I see back from Roman Gonzalez because I don't think he's going to beat Cajas. I don't think he's going to beat I definitely don't think he can't beat Rongvasai. He's proven that already. Even though I thought he won the first fight, but he'd be saying like, I don't know. I think if he could beat Yafai, maybe he can do a third Rongvasai fight, but I don't know. It seems like Rongvasai just has his number. So we'll see how that all works out, how that comes into play. But yeah, I mean, Roman Gonzalez was, and will always be the real TBE here on this channel, and I'll love to see if I kill Yafai, because that's a fight now where if you're Eddie Hearn, that's looking like more like a calculated risk. Because yeah, Roman Gonzalez is still Roman Gonzalez, but he's a beat down version of himself. He's lost a little bit of steam. We know that in terms of the punishment he's taken in the Quadras fight and the last 2 Rongvasai fights. So yeah. Mike Vick says, do you agree with Stacey McKinley saying that a prime Mike Tyson would take Riddick Bowe? Now I gotta be honest with you, I don't think a prime Mike Tyson would beat Riddick Bowe. Because I don't know, that's a tough fight, man, because Riddick had this bad habit of fighting down to the height of guys who were shorter than him, which is why I think Holyfield was so successful all their fights to some degree. and especially the second fight. I have always thought Riddick Bowe would beat Mike Tyson straight up. Just the size and his jab and the combinations. I think he'd be able to muscle Mike on the inside. I think he'd still be able to beat Mike Tyson even at his own game, really. So that's how I feel. But yeah, I don't agree with him on that one. See, I'm about to end here soon, guys. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay live with you guys. I'm gonna stay here live with you guys while I make the thumbnail for this video. Let's see here and create this thumbnail right quick. I'll still read your comments though. It's Deontay Bomb Wild. All right, Blue Sky. All right, Mike Hewitt and my dad. Shout out to you. Night. Sean Ramser says Mike Tyson versus the Klitschko Bros. I think Mike Tyson versus the Klitschko Bros is interesting. I think he can take Vitaly. I think he can take Vitaly. No. Scratch that. I think he can take Vladimir. Okay. I think Vitaly would beat the brakes off Mike Tyson straight up. Vitaly was a bad man. Y'all forget how bad Vitaly was. That dude could fight. I don't see Mike beating Vitaly straight up. I was there. Evo Akuma. I was there the night that Hot Rod beat Marcus Brown. That was on the Spence Algieri undercard, and I was there that night. I thought Hot Rod definitely beat him. And then Hot Rod, it's crazy how Hot Rod faded away because then Hot Rod came back his next fight. He fought Travis Peterkin, who was a decent little prospect, and stopped him. So it's kind of unfortunate that Hot Rod fell off the way he did. I don't know why, but he just fell off. Man, Steven Espinosa is a weasel. We know he ain't going. We know he ain't about nothing. He ain't gonna cover that money. This thumbnail making, guys, you guys just don't understand. This thumbnail is really so fire. Like, y'all don't even know how dope it is. Woo! This song is fire. A fire-ass thumbnail. Look at the audience, though. I really do appreciate you guys. All right, guys. So it's almost 10 o'clock here in America. Most of you are getting off here. My throat's freaking hurting and it's dry. I want to be back live tomorrow again. Expect me to be back tomorrow around 7 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock here in American, Eastern Standard Time here in America. And we'll talk more boxing. So I really enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a great night. And just overall, God bless. Take care. Keep supporting. Keep loving True School Sports. Super chat if you like. Do all that good stuff. Take the time to subscribe if you haven't already. Be more content coming out soon. And like I say in every gosh darn video, we're going to say it to the end of time. You can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.